Welcome, everybody. This is ASC Weekly number 11, Bronze Silver Division. We are in the quarterfinals still between TCTX, the Orange Terran in the 6 o'clock position, and his opponent, Orekro, the Red Terran, in the 12 o'clock position. This is, of course, an epic TVT on ASCW Metalopolis, the most epic map of all. This is game. I, of course, am the apparently grammatically impaired Zelsum, and with me is the giggly and delicious Linde. She tastes like cookies.
God, this is terrible. Your grammar makes sad.
TCTX, hey! Gotta be able to make fun of yourself. Come on. If anybody else makes fun of me, I'll ban them, so I have to make fun of myself.
So, at least someone calls you out on your terrible.
Exactly. Nobody else
fair.
will, because it'll be like, LOL, he did a bad grammar ban. Can't have people pointing that out in the chat.
Pretty standard play going down by both players here. We see the refineries going down. They're both kind of walling off in TD2, which is kind of strange, because that's going to suck if your opponent gets tanks out and stuff like that. Kills that. No one likes having their stuff killed.
Yes, this is a game of happy military move. Also economy. Actually, the economy is a little bit more important. But losing your stuff means you have to use more of your economy, and that's bad. So, as per our expert analyst here has pointed out, losing stuff is bad. Marine, eh? Marine, eh? Well, it looks like that Marine. There's a 2-rack coming out from TCTX, though, so that's definitely a departure, and he's about to be very aggressive because there's an SCV on the way, and 2 Marines rallied to his opponent's, well, to his front Marine, which is on his way to his opponent's base. Seeing as how his opponent has walled off, he may be trying to exploit that a little bit, but it's going to be 1 Marine versus 2 unless he waits for that 3rd Marine to catch up. It is 2 racks versus racks factory, and by racks factory I really mean racks and half a factory, because the factory isn't done, and that means he can't build anything out of it. If he sees this Marine aggression, though, he needs to start pumping a quick Hellion right away to take care of that, because I don't think he's going to be able to keep up the Marine production. The longer this goes on, the longer TCTX's Marine production is going to come out on top. However, TCTX is now getting a tech lab and a reactor on those 2 barracks and getting a 3rd barracks up.
Orekro is getting a tech lab on his factories. He has not gotten his 2nd gas yet. I don't know if he's going tanks. I don't know if he'll have the gas.
Maybe
to
think
support
blue
that.
flame.
Maybe Hellions. Nope,
Yeah.
siege tank coming out.
Oh, okay, he's just not going to have the gas to support it then.
Okay.
Alright, so that's interesting, and TCTX trying to take advantage of that wall. If he does have a better concave here, but the Marine count is, well, it's even, and it looks like the SCVs are on the way out to repair. This is why you don't want to wall off in TCT.
Okay. So, CTX just picks off that barracks, and the other SCV starts to build it back right away while those Marines are still there, which is kind of not good. This siege tank needs help. Siege tank is out. It is not doing anything right now, though.
Looks like, TCTX has done a lot of damage to Orekro here. He's lost almost nothing and done, well, now he's losing more because the tank kind of caught him on the low ground. But, even the TCTX, I mean, he lost like 5 Marines. And he took down a couple Marines, forced a bunker, which is free, so that doesn't matter. But he did kill a supply depot and a half. So, and I don't know if that 2nd supply depot got cancelled or not. So, he may have killed around 200 minerals worth of stuff. He did supply block Orekro. So, This is, I mean, he's definitely putting Orekro behind, and TCTX definitely came out ahead in that battle, and that could have been completely nullified simply by not walling off.
And TCTX is expanding behind this. He's also getting up a factory, so he is in a pretty good position now. Orekro continues to pump out siege tanks, but he has not started siege research, simply because he doesn't have the gas there, because he started his second gas kind of late there.
Indeed. However, it is catching up. He's going to start building those.
He's started now.
Expansion, almost done for TCTX. The command center is almost done in that main for TCTX. No command center out for Orekro yet. So that pressure is going to allow TCTX to get that expansion up. Alongside, or on top of that, Orekro is going very tank-centric, and it's going to be very difficult for Orekro to push out quickly enough. And if he does, it's going to be very dangerous because TCTX, once Stim is done, or once Stim is started at least, then finished. Once Stim is done, it's going to be easy for TCTX to pick off those tanks. He's pushing out again, it looks like, but siege mode will be done in time.
Well, these tanks and marines from Orekro are moving out now.
Leaving one siege tank to defend his main while pushing out with the rest. Not a bad play. Issue here is that he can get cut off. Oh, TCTX is moving up to the third. If he spots this coming, which he has, because he has... Oh, no, wait, that's Orekro's. Never mind, he does not spot it yet. But he will spot it from the high ground, and if he catches a couple of these tanks off guard, Sim is not done for TCTX yet. If it had been, this would be really dangerous. Hasn't even been started, but either way, Orekro just got a lot of stuff picked off.
One of those tanks was picked off, so he is running home now. It looks like TCTX is not going to take his natural. He's going to kind of take that ninja base in the 9 o'clock position there. Just hard to defend, but if our opponent doesn't scout it, then that bunker there was just salvage, so Orekro did get his money back from that, and he is building his expansion.
Yeah, his expansion is a little bit later, and kind of a lot later, actually. TCTX picking a weird place to expand, although, here's the interesting thing. He does have the mobility advantage. So expanding further away is not a bad thing. However, he did expand. His expansion is now a lot closer to his opponent's base than it is to his. So even with the mobility advantage, that expansion is going to be quite vulnerable. He's definitely... this is definitely a bit of a cheese play. He's definitely relying on Orekro to not be able to see that, to not scout that. Not something you ever really want to rely on. Definitely would have been safer to take his natural this third, or if you really wanted to expand further away, take the right side. Although then it would be vulnerable to drops. So definitely the safest place to expand right now is in his natural. So.
TCTX does take out the SV at the watchtower, which is important because he is going with cloaked banshees and he does not want to get that scouted, although, oh, it just got scanned. So Orekro now knows that there are banshees on the way. We'll see how he responds to that. He is getting up his engineering bay, so should be seeing some turrets go up when that finishes.
Yeah, probably we are going to be seeing some, I mean, definitely Orekro is going to be able to catch up here a little bit. He's got his expansion going, which is definitely good. Unfortunately, TCTX is up significantly earlier, and he's ahead on the worker count by a fairly significant margin, 38 to 29 SCVs. Banshee on the way for TCTX, and this could do a lot of damage. Cloak is out, but as you were saying, the turrets are up, and these Banshees are going to get repelled quite quickly.
He does lose one Banshee. The other one he might lose, but it escapes from those Marines' death. However, this Viking is coming and it picks it off. It's 2 Banshees down for TCTX there, which kind of sucks for him. But
Yeah, well, that's the theme of this game. As we stated at the beginning, losing stuff sucks. Losing stuff is bad. You don't want to lose stuff. Unless you're maxed and way ahead and like, well, I don't feel like having these units anymore. I want to make a different units. And then you attack, lose all your stuff, and then build different units and win anyway because you're like 10 million miles ahead. But you probably shouldn't be doing that unless you're like 6 bases up. And that doesn't tend to happen very frequently.
indeed. Orekro is getting a Raven out now, probably in response to TCTX's Banshees, which he is still producing.
You know, I actually like this play from TCTX. He has the Marine Marauder force, and this is what you do with Marine Marauder. Marine Marauder is not as cost effective in frontal engagements as siege tanks. However, it does give you the mobility to be able to expand all over the place. And this Viking does spot that base finally. So Orekro doesn't know that this second base of it's not really his natural, but the second base that he put up.
Does know that's on the way. He is going to move out and take that out with his siege tanks and marines. TCTX's army is not in position for that. So it looks like he is going to lose his second. He is moving in now.
This is going to leave him very vulnerable to a counterattack, though. This is why Marine Marauder can be so effective in TVT. Look at these expansions. TCTX is expanding all over the place because he has a huge mobility advantage. These tanks are incredibly integral to Orekro's play right now, and here it is. Here it comes. TCTX is indeed sending in everything he has. All that's defending this base is 2 very spread out tanks. They're gonna get picked up real quick, and Sim is obviously out for TCTX, and he's gonna push in here, take this tank, delay this expansion by a significant margin, and if he just parks himself in front of these production facilities, and he adds with these Banshees, he's gonna be doing a lot of damage here, and even though this army is on the way back, and might even be able to clean this up, it's gonna be so difficult to push back into his own base with siege tanks, because they're so incredibly immobile, and TCTX has got Orekro in a pretty bad position right now.
These siege tanks are sieging now, but TCTX is just moving deeper into the base and picking off more SCVs.
Indeed. There's really nothing left. Orekro's gonna have a couple